All right, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh, and we do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, Shema Yasharala Yahweh, Alahayanawa Yahweh Achet. I hope the lighting in here is just fine. You can see me just fine. You know, lighting in my apartment sucks. But we'll be out today at camp, doing our thing like we usually do. Holding it down on the block, rebuking, exhorting the Most High and His Son Yahweh Shai at all costs, long suffering to people, being gracious to those who don't deserve it, because the Most High is gracious to us, even though we don't deserve it. We return the favor to our people. Let's see, man. Sliding sucks. Stand up. So people can see me just steady, just fine. Shalom, shalom to everybody popping up on. All right. Pop up on. Come get this milk. Pat going. I gotta be the beard. All right. So I'm gonna have Soldiers and Akariyah reading today. Soldiers and Akariyah say Shalom. Shalom. He's gonna be reading for me today. Just change things up a little, things going, get people in the spirit of the Shabbat. All right. Hey man, I want to say shalom to all you brothers and sisters out there who are enduring in this truth. All right, who are enduring. All right, I would like to say TORAH, and all praises to the Most High for for choosing you, brothers and sisters, and Lord willing, you guys are worthy to the end. You know what I mean? And shout out to the Masharah Yasharallah. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Salutations to the elect. Lord willing, y'all watching my channel. So a lot of things is going on, man. Things is being turned up. People are dying. The Most High hand is stretching out. In righteousness. People are dying. The MOT to the B. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch what you say on here. But the MOT to the B gonna be out, pretty soon. Hope everybody is preparing. Stocking up on perishables, foods, and everything else like that, water containers, because there will be a famine. Even the president said there will be a famine. And when that famine hit, it's going to get real serious. Real serious. No joke. No lie. So I hope that y'all paying attention. Y'all doing what you're supposed to do. All right. Lord willing, y'all prayed up, pray without ceasing. Continue to pray to the Most High. Stay diligent in this race. This is a marathon. It's not a race. So take your time. That way you don't gas out. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this channel, and the truth is always on this channel. People are just so brutish. People are brutish these days. Really brutish. All right, Shabbat Shalom family. Um, Come in and join us in the foundation of righteousness. Sit down, listen, get your pencil and your pads. Write down these precepts because you learn from the precepts according to Isaiah 28:9. Okay? Read down from there. All right, today's topics we will be covered. 12 spies sent into Canaan. All right, the report of the spies, the people rebel. All right, Moses intercedes for the people, right? An attempted invasion is repulsed. Various offerings, all right? Penalty for violating the Sabbath. Fringes on garments. All right, these things will be going over, starting from Numbers 13, chapter 13, verse 1 to chapter 15, verse 41. Right? I will put that. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Again, 12 spies sent into Canaan. The report of the spies, that's two, right? The report of the spies. The people rebel. Moses intercedes for the people. An attempt invasion is repulsed. Various offerings. Penalty of violating the Sabbath and fringes on garments. That's 8 topics. 8 topics we'll be going over today. Okay, like I said, we'll start at the book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 1, Are you there? All right. Book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 1, starting at chapter 15, ending at chapter 15, verse 41. Okay, and then we'll go to the prophets, of course, going to the book of Joshua, chapter 2, starting at verse 1, ending at verse 24. Okay, then we're going over to the book of the gospel, starting at the book of Matthew, starting at chapter 10, verse 1, 14. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is we're going to start. Go ahead, bud.
Numbers chapter 13, verse 1.
And it reads, go ahead.
The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send out men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel.
Right.
Every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. And Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel.
So now we're about to go into the captives of Israel. Going into who? The 12 spies sent into Canaan. That the Most High, the angel of the Lord, told Moses. Okay, read.
These were their names.
Right.
Of the tribes of Reuben, Shamuel, the son of Zakur.
Hold on. Give me a second. Get my soul. What's my back? Hey, slack it, you guys. Hold on. Slack it, you guys. Slack it. Should be on the hood. Read it off. Here we go. Okay. All right, go ahead. Start from the top, Baba Kashan.
Numbers chapter 13, verse 1.
And it reads,
The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send out men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, and every one a ruler among them.
Right.
And Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel, and there were their names.
Captains. These are captains. Go ahead.
And these were their names of the tribe of Reuben: Shamuel, the son of Zakar; of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, the son of Hori; of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh.
Shaphat, meaning judgment. Shaphat. Judgment. Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Issachar, Igal, the son of Joseph; of the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea, the son of Nun;
right.
Of the tribe of Benjamin, Paladi, the son of Rahil.
The son of what?
Raphiel. The tribe of Zebulun, Gadidal, the son of Sodi; the tribe of Joseph, namely of the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi, the son of Susi; the tribe of Dan, Amimiel, the son of Gimelali; of the tribe of Asher, Sether, the son of Michael; of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi, son of Bosfi; of the tribe of Gad, Ual, the son of Makai. These are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out of the land. And Moses called Hoshea, the son of Nun, Joshua. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, Be you up this way southward, go up to the mountain, and see the land, what it is, and the people that dwell therein, whether they be strong or weak, you are many, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be that dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds. So
this is how you spy out of the land. These were the 12 spies from Israel that the Most High had the angel tell Moshe what he should go do. These are the 12 spies that were sent into Canaan. And this is how you spy out a land. When you go into a land, you're supposed to go to a land and see what it is. And what it is and what it is that you're seeing, what it is, the people that dwell therein, right? The people. Let's see how they act. Let's see what's going on with them. It's like understanding social science. Whether they be strong or weak. How are they strong? How are they weak? What makes them weak? How can we weaken them? Their strengths, how are they strong? What makes them strong? This is how you spy out of a land. Are they few or many? Are they few over here in this area? Many in that area? Few over that area? Right? These spies from Israel, the Most High was telling Masha, told the angel of the Lord to tell Masha to do this. But this is you go through the scriptures and you find out how you search out a land, how you spy out of a land. Right? And what land and what the land is that they dwell in. All right? Is it close to a cliff by the beach over here this way? How can we get them? Do we go around this way to get them or go around that way to get them? Right? Whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds. Is it a gated community? A big brick wall, big stone wall, metal walls, high to the sky. Start at 20. Go ahead.
But what the land is, whether it be foul or lean, whether there be wood therein or not, and be ye of good courage, and bring the fruit of the land. Now the same time was of the first ripe grapes. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rahab, as men come to Hamath.
So when you go to verse 20, remember this, and be ye of good courage. All right? I mean, be brave, be bold. Be ye of good courage. Read.
And they ascended by the south and came unto Hebron, where Mihan, Shashi, and Salami, and children of Anak were. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan, Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
They came unto the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from thence a branch with no cluster of grapes. They bare it between two upon its staff, and they brought of the pomegranates of the figs.
Pomegranates and the figs. Go ahead.
The place was called Brook Eshcol, because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence.
Mm-hmm.
And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Moses.
Now remember, they returned from searching the land after 40 days. That's how long they were there. It takes a while to search out that land, but remember that 40 days. Go ahead. 26.
And they returned after searching the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron, to all the congregation of the children of Israel, to the wilderness of Haran, to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them, and to all the congregation, shewed them the fruit of the land.
Mm-hmm.
They told him and said, We came unto the land whither thou sent us, and surely it flowed with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it.
So now you can understand what the of the milk and honey. When y'all hear it surely flowed with milk and honey. When you read up from here, you start to find out the milk and honey clusters, the pomegranates, the land, the fatness of the land, the best parts of it, milk and honey. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land,
Mm-hmm.
and the cities are walled and very great. Moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains. Canaanites dwell by the sea, by the coast of Jordan.
So now they got three different nations of where they dwell. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites, right? Amalekites are so-called white people that dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains. These are three different nations, but they dwell in the mountains. And the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. They know where everybody be at. Now, remind you, these are all dark nations. So if you knew with some white boys walking around there, man, it'd be crazy already. They'd have been found out. Go ahead. 30.
And Caleb stilled the people for Moses and said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
But the men that went up with him said, We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land which we have gone to search, it is a land
from which we have gone to search it.
Search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof.
Can you start over verse 32?
And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of a great stature.
Mm-hmm.
And there we saw giants, the sons of Anak, which come of giants. We were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. So
now you have them doing what? What are they doing now, Zanakoria?
Having faith.
They're giving a bad report of the land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Acting real scary. The Most High said, "Be of good courage." If you got that's how you can tell people ain't got no faith for it. They scared because it's just your faith. For many are called, but few are chosen. Only a few going to really believe in the Most High. And whatever the Most High say he's going to do, they believe that sincerely. That's that faith. Sincerely believe. That's an awesome faith. The Most High knows who's going to believe in him in that day. But this right here is horrible, man. You're bringing up a bad report of the land. False report, man. So mine, all that Yahweh said, what we doing here. But yeah, man, the report of the land, man, was evil interpreted. You know, they raised the evil report. They raised the evil report about the land, and that was not good. Just to raise the evil report of the land, you know. Now, when I said, you know, the 12 spies sent into Canaan, and the report of the spies, it's an evil report. The report of the spies was an evil report, beside Caleb and who? And Joshua. And put that in my notes. It was an evil report. All right. Going on to the next chapter.
Numbers chapter 14, verse 1.
Read.
And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried.
Right.
For what that night? And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them.
Let's see what murmured means real quick. The people murmured. Let's make this educational. Murmurs, complain. All this other stuff is complain. To grumble, complain, murmur. All right, complain, cause a grumble. All right. You got a bunch of other stuff. Let's do this. A soft, low, or indistinct sound produced by a person or group of people speaking quietly or at a distance. They're complaining in a murmuring tone of voice. They just, man, let's get it out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High hear that. If his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, imagine his ears. Imagine his ears. The people were murmuring, right? And a low sound that's one step above whispering. Step above whispering. That's what they were doing. Murmuring, complaining. All the children of Israel murmured against Moses. They began to complain in a soft tone of voice, almost whispering. All right, so imagine that. Go ahead, Zanakoria.
Numbers 14, verse
We're still on 2.
2. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, Would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in this wilderness? And wherefore hath the Lord brought us into this land, to fall by the sword? But our wives and our children should be a prey. Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? And they said one to another, Let us make a captain, let us return into Egypt. Then Moses,
so, in verse 3, when he said, were it not better for us to return into Egypt? Into captivity? Wow. They really complaining. And that's what our people do today. They complain still. They murmur. You see it all on Facebook, man. Instagram, everything. Even in Israel now, our own people. They not over there. It's not our people. That's our land they in, but it's not our people. What I'm saying is our people, they do the same thing today. They murmur against the government, man. Every time Israel has an inch of power, they act like we supposed to solve everything right away. Like we snap our fingers, everybody supposed to straighten up. It's crazy, I tell you. So they wanted to go back into bondage. Exodus, what? 20 and 2. They wanted to go back, and it's better that we just go back into bondage. Why? Because Israel's scared anyways, especially from the evil report that was brought up. Because people were scared. It was an evil report. Read.
Verse 6. Joshua the son of verse 5. Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Being humble. Go ahead.
And Joshua the son of Nun, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, The land which we passed thorough to search it is an exceeding good land. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land, and give it us, a land which flows with milk and honey. Only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, but they have bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us, fear them not. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones, and the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel.
Stop right there. So all the congregation bade stone them with stones, and the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation. Because they ain't gonna let you touch their righteous. What's I ain't gonna let you touch his anointed? Touch not thine anointed. King David knew it. All the prophets knew it. All the servants of the Most High knew it. Touch not thine anointed. And the people, our own people, decided to do that. And then what happened? The glory of the Lord. The glory of the Lord. That's his glory. Body and everything else. It's an angel, angelic body. Spirit. Right? Let's see real quick. I'll show y'all something. Psalms 104 and 4, who maketh his angel spirits and his ministers a flaming fire. So the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. Now they all seen it. They all seen it. Now this is about to get really deep because y'all not understanding something. So I'm going to allow the soldiers in Akariah to continue to keep on reading. So pay attention to this. Okay, go ahead.
But all the congregation, number start verse 11. The Lord said unto Moses, How long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me? All the signs which I have shewed among them.
All the what?
All the signs which I have shewed among them.
Go ahead.
I will smite them with this pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation.
That's the second time he said that. Let me prove it. Exodus 32 and 12.
And mightier than they.
Hold on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 12. I'm going to start at 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation. And Moses besought the Lord his God, and said, Lord, why doeth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn ye from thy fierce wrath, and repent of this evil against thy people. So who is this? Who is this angel of the Lord? Let me go over here to 1 Corinthians 10. Just to show y'all. That was the book of Exodus. 1 Corinthians 10. Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, and verse 4. We'll start at 2. Number 1. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea. Right? That's Exodus 16, 10 through 12. And were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink. For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ. So when you go to Numbers, it's going to say it again. Through a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of cloud of fire by night. That was Hamashiach Yahushua. And to go into more, because it's best that we prove all things and continue to prove all things to our people, because, it's not what you say, it's what you can prove. And it's always like that with our people. Our people require the sign. It's crazy. But it gets like that, The people that's been robbed and spoiled. This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Right? So that light was Hamashiach Yahushua. And I got another precept to prove it. Go to Colossians real quick. This is Colossians chapter 1 and verse. I want to start with first. Start at 14. In whom, hold up. Start at 12. Giving thanks unto the Father, which has made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, who Mashiach Yahushua, even the forgiveness of sins. who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. Right? He's the firstborn. So when you go to the beginning, he's the firstborn. He's a firstborn, period. That's why he's the only begotten. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist, and by him all things consist. The Most High gave him power to create all things, right? And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence. But it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. So, this is him right here, the angel of the Lord, who maketh this angel spirits, who's talking in John 1, who's talking in Colossians 1, 12 to 17, who's talking in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1 to 4. This is Hamashiach Yahushai right here. Okay? Just to show y'all. So, I'm going to have Soldiers Knock Arya start back here at Numbers chapter 14. And where'd you stop at, Soldiers Knock?
Verse 3.
Baba Kashah, continue to read.
And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear, for they brought us up this people in the might from among them, and they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that thou Lord, art among the people, among this people, and that thou Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them. So
the people of the land, the other inhabitants are going to hear this, that the people saw him face to face. He brought him out of the land with a stretched out arm, killing a lot of Egyptians. The darkness that fell over the Egyptians, and everything that they heard. Especially when we go into the book of Joshua, we're gonna learn about some of the inhabitants that saw everything that happened. We're gonna read about this next. But Hamashiach Yahushai, the angel of the Lord, is doing this through the power of Yahweh, which it said right there in Colossians. The Most High did everything by him. The Most High gave him the power to do these things. He was the firstborn. He was the firstborn from the dead, and he was the firstborn begotten from the beginning. Okay? So stay with us. Go ahead.
That thou goest before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, and a pillar of fire by night.
I told you that's him. Hold on, where you at?
Verse 15.
Now, read 14 again.
And they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that thou Lord art among this people, and that thou Lord art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night.
Told you.
Now thou shalt kill all this people as one man. Then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people to the land which he sware unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according to thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long suffering and great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now.
Remember, I told you Moses intercedes for the people. This is what's going on. Mashah's interceding for us. He's pleading to the Most High through his angels that he does not kill this people off. Go ahead.
And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice.
Right.
Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him.
What spirit did he have with him? Spirit of courage. Spirit of courage. He believed what the Most High said that he's going to do. That's the spirit that we want you to have. And it don't come by you just saying, I have it. It comes by doing the work. It comes by going to these highways and byways and being bold in the face of your enemies. Wisdom of Solomon 5. It comes by being bold. You women, it's come by being up under the men of the Lord, real leaders. Seeing the things that they do and the things that they talk about. But if you ain't with men like these, how you gonna be brave? How these men that you say that they love the Lord, but they not out here on these street corners? They not out here bold in the face of their enemies. It takes a certain type of work to get there. Faith to get there. Faith is built. You gotta build these faith. You gotta build your faith up. Read.
Whereunto he went, and the sea shall possess it.
A little louder, Bible Kashash.
Verse 25. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwell in the valley. Tomorrow turn you, keep you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear this with this evil congregation which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, As truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were murmured of you, according to your whole number from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you fall therein, save Caleb and the son of Lephinah, and Joshua the son of Nun. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. But as for you, your carcass, they shall fall in the wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bury your whoredoms until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness.
Told you to pay attention to that 40 years.
After the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, shall ye bear your iniquity, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise. I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me in the wilderness. They shall be consumed, and there they shall die. And the men which Moses sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land, even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land, died by the plague for the Lord. But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, lived still. And Moses told these sayings unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. They rose up early in the morning, gave them up unto the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up unto the place which the Lord hath promised, for we have sinned. And Moses said, Wherefore now do we transgress the commandment of the Lord, but it shall not prosper? Go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Lord. Therefore the Lord will not be with you. But they presumed to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and Moses departed not out of the camp. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in that hill, and smote them, and discomfited them, unto Haman.
The attempted invasion is repulsed. Most High is not going to be with y'all. Don't do that. That ain't about to happen. Y'all ain't, Most High ain't going to be with you for that right there. Now you want to go? Now you want to go up there and do something? And that happens right now. It's like when people get into trouble, now you want to call on the Lord? Now you want to say, God, help me? Now you want to say, Lord, help me? Now you want to do all these things, but you didn't listen to him. Everything he told you to do that you read right now, he's telling you not to do versus what you can do. You don't listen. They're very rebellious. They're very rebellious people, man. Kal Shara, Debar Yahweh, Anaya Shai Nashemai. All that Yahweh said, what we doing here? People are hard-headed. Very, 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 very hard-headed and rebellious. They don't believe in nothing, man. I had this woman tell me that this is her God's name. I went into the Bible to prove that the name I called him was the right name to call him. She didn't even want to, just don't get it. Well, my God name is this. It can't prove it, but I proved it. This is my God's name. Well, your God don't exist. It sure ain't the God of this Bible. If what you're doing, you understand that it's not the point that you understand, but you're being proven through the Bible that the God that you believe in is not true. That's idolatry. Congratulations, you're going to die. At least you repent. You're walking charcoal. You are the vessels, a part of the vessels fit to destruction. You are. The Most High is suffering you long. Very, very, very long. He is suffering you very, 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 very long. Let me find something. I got something I want to get. Just because of that. Let me see if I can find it. See. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8. Verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil, because they were not. Our people are like this and think like this because for one great good reason is they're not judged right away. They feel that, okay, if they did something wrong and if there was a God, the stuff that they did, they should have been killed for. But your mind is not how the Most High is. The Most High is giving you a time to repent from that and to find Him. All right? So because Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not there before Yahweh. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men, unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked. Again, that there be just men, unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked men. Again, there be wicked men, to whom it happeneth according to the work of the righteous. I said that this is also vanity. It's going to be just men, unto whom it happened according to the wicked. The wicked man going to think that, man, dang. You know what I'm saying? It just got to be some righteous people out there. And these things are going to happen. Like, it's not happening to this righteous brother. Why is it happening to me? And then the wicked brother going to be like, the righteous brother going to be like, I'm glad it's not happening. I'm glad I'm righteous, but it's happening to these wicked people. It's sure supposed to make you change. But just because you get away with something that you just did that was evil, it may have not been worthy of death, or the Most High winked at your wickedness and hoping that you will find Him. Okay? Because Paul was killing Jews all around the place, and the Most High woke him up right out of that. So don't think that the Most High don't love you. The Most High choose killers, rapists, homosexuals, lesbians. Those are the sick. That's the sick. They come to heal that which is. They come to heal the sick. We come to heal the sick. We want to talk to the sick. We don't want to talk to those that are healed already. We want to talk to the sick. All right? So what chapter was that? 15? 5 or 14? All right, so now we're going over to chapter 15. Go ahead, verse 1.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 1. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, say unto them, When ye be come into the land of your habitations, which I give unto you, I will make an offering by fire and unto the Lord, the burnt offering, the sacrifices, performing your vow, on a free will offering, or on your solemn feast, make a sweet savor unto the Lord of the herd or the flock. Then shall ye that offereth his offering unto the Lord bring a meat offering of a tenth deal of flour, mingled with the fourth part of an hin of oil, and the fourth part of an hin of wine for a drink offering shalt thou prepare with the burnt offering of sacrifice for the one lamb, or for a ram that thou shalt prepare for a meat offering, 2/10 deals of flour, mingled with the third part of an hin of oil, for a drink offering. Thou shalt offer the third part of a hin of wine for a sweet savor.
A hin of wine and a hin of wine and a hin of oil is what again tonight?
1.5 gallons.
It's one and a half.
Hen.
One hen is what?
1.5 gallons.
So you got a gallon of milk and you got a half. Gallon and a half. Okay? That's a hen. Go ahead.
And for a drink offering, thou shalt offer a third part of an hin of wine for a sweet savor unto the Lord. And when thou preparest a bullock for a burnt offering, or for a sacrifice in the performing a vow, or peace offering unto the Lord, then shall he bring with a bullock a meat offering of 3/10 deals of flour, mingled with half a hin of oil. And thou shalt bring forth a drink offering, half a hin of wine, for an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. Thus shall it be done for one bullock, or for one ram, or for one lamb, or a kid, according to the number that ye shall prepare. So shall ye do to every one according to their number. All that are born of the country shall do these things. After this manner, offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord.
What verse you at?
Verse 14 now. If a stranger sojourn with you, or whosoever be among you, your generations, and will offer an offering made by fire a sweet savor unto the Lord, as ye do, so ye shall do. One ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation, and also for the stranger that sojourns with you. An ordinance forever.
This is a heathen right here. In verse 15, one ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation. Both for you of the congregation. That's the people. That's Israel. And also for the stranger that sojourneth with you. Now we understand that an Israelite can be a sojourner or a stranger. But when it said one ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation, that means of the people of Israel, and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you. So if they're around us, they got to keep the law. An ordinance forever in your generations, as ye are. So shall the stranger be before the Lord. So who's ever coming to your house and in your land, they got to keep your laws. They can't come to your house expecting to do their own thing. They can't. If they're in your house, they got to keep your laws. Who's ever in your house of the stranger or even of Israel, they got to keep your laws. One ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you. If they're sojourning with you, let's look at that. Because a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, is going through this. Let's look at the word sojourners, so people don't run away from that. Gore in the Hebrew, okay? Sojourn, dwell. Somebody dwells with you. They stay with you. Gather together, abide, assemble, stand in awe, gathered, inhabitant, remain. Got all these to look at. So dwell in, dwell with. To sojourn, dwell for a time. To seek hospitality with. All right. Gore, a primitive root, properly to turn aside from the road for a lodging or any other purpose as a guest. That person is a guest in your house. This is the Strong's definitions. Also to shrink, fear, as in a strange place. Also to gather for hostility, as afraid, abide, assemble. Right? Gather together. All right. Very, very, very important. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go even further. It's for consciousness sake. And be no respect of persons with this. I don't care if it's your mama staying with you, your sister, your grandma. They keep the law in your house. If they respect you as a woman or a man, they're going to keep this law in your house. Just like if you was in theirs, you're going to have to keep you're going to have to keep their rules. In your house, they will keep the Most High's rules. In my house, we serve the Lord. Okay. I'm about to get really aggravated. I'll do it this way. Sojourn, a temporary stay. Visit, stop over, residence, holiday vacation. Stay somewhere temporarily. Stay, live, put up, stop over, lodge. So when we go to verse, sorry about that, y'all. It's tripping. So we go to verse 14. If a stranger sojourn, lodge, live, stay with you, or whosoever be among you in your generations. So I got the wrong one. Verse 15. One ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and also for the stranger that sojourn with you, that stays with you, that lodges with you, that lives with you. An ordinance forever in your generations. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Lord. One law if they sojourn with you. If you keep the Sabbath in your house, they keep the Sabbath. Right? You pray, they pray. Right in the back. Not on the line with you. In the back. Okay? Feast days, we got another thing coming. We'll have to talk about that. That is a different lesson. All right, start at verse 16, Baba Kasha.
Verse 16. One law and one manner shall be for you, for the stranger that sojourneth with you.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying to them, When ye come into the land whither I bring you, then it shall be that when ye eat of the bread of the land, ye shall offer up an heave offering unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You shall offer up a cake of the first of your dough for an heave offering, as ye do ye heave offering, as ye do the heave offering of the threshing floor, so shall ye heave it.
So this is like if you move, like I live in San Diego. We're going to be moving to Albuquerque. We get to Albuquerque, the first door of our house, everything that's in our house, we have a feast and we hold it to the Most High. We ain't going to be able to do no sacrifice and stuff like that, but we know what we should be doing. Go ahead.
Lucky. Verse 21. Of the first of your dough you shall give it unto the Lord, and heave offering in your generations. And if ye have erred and not observed all these commandments, which the Lord hath spoken unto Moses, even all that the Lord hath commanded you by the hand of Moses, from the day that the Lord commanded Moses, and henceforward among your generations, then it shall be, if aught be committed by ignorance without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall offer one young bullock for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor unto the Lord, with his meat offering and his drink offering, according to the manner, and one kid of the goats for his sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for all the congregation of the children of Israel, and that shall be forgiven them, for it is ignorance. They shall bring their offering and sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord, and their sin offerings before the Lord for their ignorance. And it shall be forgiven all the congregation of the children of Israel, and the stranger that sojourneth among seeing all the people were in ignorance.
So the other nations, like they see us now that we in ignorance, they're gonna be like, dang man, the Most High with them, and they still doing this. They still doing this, man. They're gonna see us in our ignorance. Go ahead. We're supposed to be a wise and understanding people. Go ahead.
And verse 27. And if any soul sin through ignorance, then he shall bring a she-goat of the first year for a sin offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for the soul that sinneth ignorantly. When he sinneth by ignorance before the Lord, to make an atonement for him, it shall be forgiven him. You shall have one law for him that sinneth through ignorance, both for him that is born amongst the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth among them. But the soul that doeth aught presumptuously, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproacheth the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
So let's go into reproaches real quick. That same reproacheth the Lord means to revile. All right, to blaspheme. That's blasphemy. That's why he's saying what he said right now. In verse 30, the soul that doeth out presumptuously. Presumptuously meaning bold and confident to excess. Right? Adventuring without reasonable grounds for success. That you're doing something that you know you're not going to have success and you're just doing it anyways. You're talking about it anyways. You know nothing what you're talking about, but you're saying you're talking about it anyways. That's presumptuously. That person reproaches the Lord. You blaspheme in the name of the Most High, because the Most High is the truth. So you're talking about something you don't know. You should shut up. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 31, because he hath despised the word of the Lord, and hath broken his commandment, that a soul shall utterly be cut off, his iniquity shall be upon him. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Shabbath day. And they that found him gathering sticks, brought him unto Moses and Aaron, and unto all the congregation. And they put him in ward.
And they what?
And they put him in ward.
Put him in jail.
Because it was not declared what should be done up to him.
Why? Why they put him in ward? Tanakh? He was working, huh? That's against the law. That's against the law to be working on a Shabbat. Exodus 20:8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, separate from all the other days. Because you got 6 days to work and do whatever you need to do. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. So if you got friends over there and they come over your house and stay, be like, hey bro, you staying with me, you can't work on the Sabbath. And whoever working on the Sabbath, man, just stop. Repent from that, bro. Just stick up to your job. Stick up to them, man. Say this is my religion. We know it's not a religion, but They're disrespectful people anyways. And it's a law. They got to respect your religion. You got to stand up for yourself, man. Who will stand up for the evildoers for me, man? Raise thy hand. I'll stand up. Stick up for yourself. Right? Chapter 20, verse 10. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So let's go over here for another witness in the book of Leviticus. Leviticus 23:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, which are the black, Hispanic, Native Indians, Panamanians, Guatemalans, Haitians, Jamaicans, and to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, right? And say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feast. Right? See these holy convocations. Every holy convocation is a Sabbath. Watch. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is a Sabbath of rest. A Sabbath is a holy convocation. In holy convocations, ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath. Regarding the feast of the Lord, they're Sabbaths. No one should be working. You should be feasting and having a good time with your folks. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings, right? These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Now, what this brother was doing when he was collecting sticks, he was bearing his burden, man. He was going around collecting sticks when he wasn't supposed to. So let me go over here to Jeremiah 17 real quick. Go to the Strongs. Jeremiah 17:21. And it reads, Thus saith the Lord, take heed to yourselves, and bear no burden on the Sabbath day, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem, nor bring it in. Don't bring your burdens in by the gates of Jerusalem. Let's see what your burden is. My Saul, burden, right? Tribute, burden. Song, prophecy, set, exaction, carry away tribute. So watch. Biblical usage. Load, bearing tribute, burden, lifting. Load, burden, lifting, uplifting, that to which the soul lifts itself up. Bearing or carrying. Tribute, that which is carried or brought or borne. Look at it. It's work, lifting things. That's your burden. Huh? Oops. So, thus saith the Lord, take heed to yourselves and bear no burden on the Sabbath day. That's why the brother was put in ward, because it was against the law. Nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem. Neither carry forth a burden out of your houses on the Sabbath day. Neither do ye any work. Again, neither do ye any work, but hallow ye the Sabbath day, as I commanded your fathers. But they obeyed not, neither inclined their ear, but made their necks stiff, that they might not hear nor receive instruction. And that's what our people do when they walk past us all the time. Verse 24, and it shall come to pass, if ye diligently hearken unto me, saith the Lord, to bring in no burden through the gates of this city on the Sabbath day, bring in work. Stop, but hallow the Sabbath day to do no work therein. Then shall there enter into the gates of the city kings and princes, sitting upon the throne of David, riding in chariots and on horses. They and their princes, the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, northern kingdom. And this city shall remain forever. Let's go to Isaiah real quick. Prove all things, man. We're not done with this. Because a lot of people need to hear this. Some people want to go get their hair done today. The person that's doing your hair is working. It's a burden. You're having somebody work. So a lot of things I had to realize about that too, man. I had to repent from. You're making someone else work. Isaiah 58 and 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words, then shalt thou delight in thyself. This tells you that you're supposed to be studying on a Sabbath. Don't be talking about the things you want to talk about. Be talking about the Most High and the things that concern him. That's what's important. Those are the things to do. Verse 14, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father. For the mouth of the Lord hath spoken. Just by keeping the law. And the Sabbath, he said, this is, I mean, of course he's talking about all his laws, but he's talking about, this is just the Sabbath right now. This is just the Sabbath. That's so simple right there. Watch this. I just want to pull up one more precept real quick. Exodus 15 and 23. It's Exodus chapter 15, start at verse 23. And it reads, and when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, meaning bitter, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, what shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord shewed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. How did he prove them? By the law. And he said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. Right there. So simple. Give ear to his commandments. Let's go back over here to Numbers chapter 15 and finish out the law and get to the prophets. Go ahead.
Verse 35. And the Lord said unto Moses, man shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp.
For picking up sticks and working on the Sabbath, you will be put to death.
And all the congregation brought him without the camp, and stoned him with stones, and died. The Lord commanded Moses, and the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes upon the borders of their garments throughout the generations, that they put upon them the fringe of the borders of the ribbon of blue.
You remember we ran into the brother from IUIC, and he said, fringes, you can't, like he's telling us we couldn't wear zits. He said, and it's so crazy because I cut him on. He said, imagine the border, right? The fringes go around the borders, right? So I was like, he was like, if you cut 4 ways, you cut the pie in 4, right? There's a border wall. Hold on, he said something about cut the wall. You remember when he said about cut the pie in 4? Well, okay, check this out. So he was talking about the border wall, which he's talking about your shirt. The fringes go on your shirt, but you can also put them because then you got the border crossing, right? And you got 4 ends. You got the border entrance on that side, that side, and this side. And you have the border walls, but you can put the fringes around them. But if you don't, you can put them on the border ends of your shirt, on the sides of it. If you're wearing a polo shirt and you got those 4 ends, you can put your zits. Because fringe means zits at the end. Keep reading. So you're supposed to have fringes on your shirt. Women, you're supposed to have fringes on your dresses or your skirt dresses. Supposed to have fringes. And your dress is supposed to go down to your ankles, at least to your ankles. That's where it's supposed to be. Don't even cut from that. Just have it to your ankles. Go ahead.
That you may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. For your God, I am the Lord your God.
I am the Lord your power. All right? The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Here's the power of no one else. All right? Kasharah, the Bar Yahweh, Anaya Shai, Nasama. Other Yahweh said, what we doing here. So now we're going to go over here to Joshua. Joshua chapter 2. But like as always, we like to take our 10-minute break after we finish a chapter sometime. I use a bathroom. All right, Shalom. So now we're about to start at Joshua chapter 2 and verse 1. And we're going to read up to, I believe, verse 24. Go ahead, Zachariah.
Joshua chapter 2 and verse 1. And Joshua the son of Nun sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go, view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came into the harlot's house named Rahab, and lodged there. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country. The king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into thine house. They be come to search out all the country. And the woman took the 2 men and hid them, and said thus, There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were. And it came to pass about the time of shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out whither the men went, and woke not, and pursued after them.
They was chasing after them. They knew who the children of Israel was.
For ye shall overtake them. But she had brought them up to the rooftop of the house, and hid them with the stalks of flax, which she had laid in the order upon the roof.
Bales of flax hid them underneath it. Go ahead.
And the men pursued after them the way to Jordan, unto the fords, and as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given you the land.
And she said, I know that the Lord hath given you the land. Now see how she knows? She's going to tell you how she knows. Go ahead.
And that your terror is fallen upon us, that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you, when you came out of Egypt, and what you did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites that were on the other side Jordan.
Now let's watch this. Hold on real quick. Watch this. The book of Numbers, chapter 14 and verse 13. Because the angel of the Lord, which is Hamashiach Yahushua, who ignorantly called Jesus Christ, he was going to kill off the Israelites. And Moses interceded that to beg for all of our forgiveness for the angel of the Lord not to kill us off, who was Hamashiach Yahushua, who I proved. Rewind the video. It'll tell you. Verse 13. And Moses said unto the angel of the Lord, the Egyptians shall hear it. For thou begottest up this people in thy might from among them, and they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land. Again, and they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land. For they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people, that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. These people are seeing this. They are visually, with their eyes, seeing this. Us. That's how much the Most High like. He is having his might shown of all nations who his people is. And no one can do nothing about it. That's faith. Knowing that the Most High is with us, and he said he's always going to be with us. We have an angel over us right now in the cloud. Guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. Ain't nothing gonna happen to us. Chill out. Go to sleep. Relax. We sleep nicely at night. Okay? Verse 15. Now, if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he swore unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great according as thou hast spoken, saying. Now, when you look up to here in verse 14, in the pillar of a cloud by day and fire by night, they heard of that fame. That's just what this heathen woman is saying. They heard of that. And the Egyptians, hey man, the Most High, came there and had his angel just knock us off. He said it right here. Verse 15. Numbers 14 and verse 15. Now, if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard of the fame of thee will speak, saying, hold on, not that. All right, at the end of 14, it goes, that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. I'm sorry, it's verse 14. And they will tell the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that thou Lord art among the people, that thou Lord art seen face to face. She heard all those things. Continue that. She heard all those things. They fear us. Today they still fear us.
Verse 11. And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in man because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and in earth beneath. Now therefore I pray you, swear to me by the Lord, since I have shewed you kindness, that ye will also shew kindness unto my father's house, and give me a token, true token, and that ye will save alive my father and my mother and my brethren and my sisters, and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death. And the men answered her, our life for yours. If ye utter not this, our business, and it shall be when the Lord hath given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. Then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. And she said unto them, get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days until the pursuers be returned, and afterward may ye go your way. And the men said unto her, we will be blameless of this thine oath, which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we come into the land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window which thou didst let us down by. Right. And thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brethren and all the father's household home unto thee. And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house into the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. And whosoever shall be with thee in the house, his blood shall be upon our head, if any hand be upon him. And if thou utter this our business, then we will be quit of thine oath which thou hast made us to swear.
It's void. Go ahead.
And she said, according unto your word, so be it. She sent them away, and they departed. She bound the scarlet line in the window, and they went and came unto the mountain, and abode there 3 days until the pursuers returned. And the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. So the two men returned.
Because she sent them 2 different ways. Go ahead.
So the 2 men returned and descended from the mountain, and passed over, and came to Joshua, the son of Nun, and told him all the things that befell them. And they said unto Joshua, truly the Lord hath delivered in our hands all the land, for even all the inhabitants of the country do faint because of us.
Faint because of us. Wow. For the Most High, and they said unto Joshua, truly the Lord hath delivered into our hands all the land, for even all the inhabitants of the country do faint because of us. Fear us. To this day, they still do, man. That's why they got to deal wisely with us, man. Read the book of Exodus, man. Read that. That's how they deal with us. By deception. All right, let's go over here to Matthew, the book of Matthew. Ain't that where we're going? Matthew chapter 10, verse 1. Come on, pick that up.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 1. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against the unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these: the first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, into any city of the Samaritans, which ye would not.
Right.
Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right.
And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy,
Right.
and there shall abide till ye go thence. And when ye come into a house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you or hear your words, when ye depart out of the house or city, shake off the dust of your feet.
They ain't gonna hear your words. Deuces. Somewhere else. It's time to move somewhere else. Right? So with that, give us like we're gonna start prayers. Give us like 5 minutes, we'll start prayers, and you know what I'm saying, then we'll get dressed and go to camp. But, you know, what we're gonna do. Give us 5 minutes. Nothing. I know a lot of young alcoholics. Take that 5 minutes. Sure. I have to. All right. This is the Abanawa prayer I'll be saying in Hebrew. All right. Abanawa prayer is found in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9, ending at verse 10. Reads. Now, how should I find what's fine? God, 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 I now come from fucking off, fucking off, fucking off, now, try now, I got fuck one, God, him, shoot, try, God, Father, Father, wherever, oh, hey, oh, perfect, hey, first, let's God, God, vision, first, and kingdom, power, and power, glory, 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 my son, God, my son, God, my son, I am listening to this, John, God, Tasha, God, Psalm, God, Father, chapter, chapter, 6, peace. Blessed are they that dwell in thy house, still be praising to God. Happy is that people, such a case, and happy is that people, of the highest Yahweh. I will restore thee I will bless thee every day, Lord. Praise that. Great is Yahweh, great is his search. One generation shall praise thy name, shall I will speak of the honor of thy majesty and of the abundance of thy mercy, and shall speak thy terror. And I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter memory of thy victory, shall sing of thy righteousness. How was gracious, compassion, slow to anger, and mercy. How was good to all. His tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee. Thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom, talk of thy power. To make known to the sons of men glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all power upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that bow down. The eyes of all wait upon thee. Thou givest them peace. Thou openest thy hand to satisfy the desire of every thing. Yahweh's righteousness, holy, his work. Yahweh is nigh, all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him. He will fulfill the desire of them that love him. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. Also will hear their cry, save them. Yahweh preserveth all them that love him, the wicked. My mouth shall speak with praises, and let all flesh bless his holy name ever and ever. But we will bless Yahweh from this time forth and forevermore. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah. Hashem. 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 I know. How you know? You know. How you know? Psalm for the Shabbat day. Psalm. Psalm for the Shabbat. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh, praises to the Holy Most High. To show forth thy loving kindness and thy faithfulness of strength. Upon an instrument of 10 strings, on a house, upon the harp, psalm sound. God Yahweh, glad thy work, on the time, works of Yahweh, on greater thy work. Thoughts of very foolish man that not neither do it to understand. Wicked springeth the craft, all workers of iniquity do flourish. It is a day shall be destroyed forever. Thou Yahweh, I hope, enemy. Yahweh, though thine enemy shall perish, all the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. My horn shalt thou exalt, I shall be quenched with fresh oil. My eye also shall see my desire on my enemy, and my ears shall hear my desire. The wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of power shall flourish in the courts of Alahai. They shall still bring forth fruit fruit. They shall be fat and flourish. To the power of my rock, I know. It is our duty to praise the Master, who ascribe greatness to the author of creation, not made like the nations of the lands who have placed us, earth, who has not made our portion like them, nor our destiny like all their mothers. For they worship vanity and ignorance, pray to a God who cannot save. For we bow in worship and thank the Supreme King, the Holy One. Blessed be He who extends the heavens and establishes them, whose throne of glory is in the heavens above, and whose power's presence is highest of heights. He is our God, and no other. Truly He is our King. As it is written in the Torah, ye shall know and take to heart this day, and the Yahweh is our hand. Hallelujah. Shem, Shai, Shai, Shem, Ten commandments, love, brother, neighbor, look from forgive, hold, ayika, Shabbat, Shabbat, the work is done, our brothers are you, our you, yeah, commandments, there is the how that how it's fun. That's looking how like I was on my heart. So right, second greatest commandment, the icon of the phone, the heart, and your anchor, the arbiter of the icon, that should have been trying to stretch, shouldn't have been. That's what I think of stuff and how this is our one I shall before them. And I was trying to bet the house of Simon the leper. There came unto him a woman having appalachian box, very precious ointment, poured it on his head and sat at meat. But when the disciples saw it, they indignation, saying,
for a purpose in this place. It is unmet might have been sold, but there's a tenfold wages to the poor. And I was shy and understood it, and answered, why trouble you the woman? For she hath brought the Lord's pocket. For ye have the poor owes the youth, and ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, did it for my burial. Really I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be in the whole world, there shall also this, that is woman that is done both on her. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
All right. The water for being with us. Camp start at 5:30. Be there or be square. On a corner of Fairmont and University across the street from the 7-Eleven and Denny's. Shalom.